Your brain is not designed to keep you calm during an argument. It's designed to make you win it, even if that means destroying a relationship to do it. Right now, somewhere, someone is losing a friendship, a marriage, or a job over a fight that started with something as small as, "Why didn't you text me back?" In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to show you 3 psychological tricks that therapists don't usually tell you. One of them involves literally tricking your own throat muscles to shut down anger before it starts. But before that, hit subscribe right now, because I post psychology breakdowns like this one that most channels are too lazy to actually research. And trust me, you don't want to be scrolling past this stuff by accident. Okay, let's get into it.
Most videos tell you to take deep breaths or count to 10. Cool. Except when you're actually angry, your brain doesn't have time for a breathing app tutorial. Nobody in the middle of a heated fight is thinking, "Let me pause and count to 10 like a kindergarten teacher told me to." That advice sounds nice in theory and completely falls apart the second real emotion shows up. Here's what nobody tells you. Arguments aren't fights about the topic. They're fights about who feels safe. Think about the last stupid argument you had. Maybe it was about someone forgetting to reply to a text. On paper, that's nothing. It shouldn't cause raised voices or slammed doors. But it did, because the real conversation happening underneath wasn't about the text message at all. It was your brain asking, "Do I matter to this person? Am I being ignored? Am I safe in this relationship?" The moment someone raises their voice, your brain runs a background check, not on the words being said, but on whether you are under threat. That's why you can be arguing about dirty dishes, and suddenly it feels like your entire relationship is on trial. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between "my partner is annoyed with me" and "a predator is chasing you through the jungle." Biologically, it reacts almost the same way. Heart rate spikes, muscles tense, your thinking brain goes offline, and your defensive brain takes the wheel. So the real skill isn't staying calm. It's making the other person's brain feel safe again, even while you disagree. And more importantly, making your own brain feel safe enough to think clearly instead of just reacting. That single reframe changes everything. Here's a strange fact. Your vocal cords physically cannot produce a high-pitched, panicked tone and stay calm at the same time. Voice coaches use this trick. It's called the pitch drop. The next time you feel your voice rising in an argument, deliberately drop your pitch lower, like you're about to whisper a secret. Not a dramatic whisper, just lower, slower, like you're telling someone something important instead of yelling something desperate. Why does this work? Because a lower register forces slower airflow, which physically slows your breathing, and slower breathing is the fastest known shortcut to calming your nervous system. Your voice and your breath are directly connected. You physically cannot speak in a low, slow tone while breathing in short, panicked bursts. Try it right now. Try to sound calm and low while breathing fast. You can't. Your body won't let you. This means your voice isn't just an output of how you feel, it's actually a control switch for how you feel. Change the output, and the input follows. Voice actors use this exact same trick to sound menacingly calm in movies. That eerie villain whisper voice, that's not just an acting choice. It's biologically impossible to say in a panicked rage shout. Speak slow. Speak low. You'll sound terrifyingly composed, and you'll actually be calm. Psychologists have a trick called name it to tame it. Labeling your emotion out loud reduces its intensity out loud. Everyone's heard a version of this. Just say, "I feel angry." Here's the part nobody adds. Naming the emotion in the third person works even better than naming it in the first person. Instead of thinking, "I'm angry," your brain calms down faster when you think, Sarah is getting angry right now, using your own name, like you're narrating yourself from the outside. This is called self-distancing. And studies on emotional regulation show it reduces the intensity of anger measurably more than I statements, because your brain treats it like advice for a friend instead of a threat to yourself. When you say, "I am furious," your brain stays fused with the emotion. You are the anger. But when you say, "He's getting furious," about yourself, your brain creates just enough psychological space to actually observe the emotion instead of drowning in it. It's the difference between being underwater and standing on the shore watching the water. This is basically the same trick kids use when they say, "Aaliyah doesn't want to share her toy," instead of, "I don't want to share." We mock it as childish, but it's literally one of the most effective emotional regulation tools psychologists use with adults in clinical therapy. Turns out, toddlers had the secret the whole time. Anger isn't just mental. It's physically stored in muscle tension, especially your jaw, shoulders, and fists. That's your body preparing for a physical fight that is never actually going to happen. The problem is that energy has nowhere to go. Clenching and releasing one muscle group on purpose can drain the anger faster than trying to relax your whole body at once, because it gives your nervous system a physical release valve. Try this next time. Clench your fist as hard as you can for 5 seconds, then release. You can do this completely invisibly under a table or in your pocket. You already own the perfect stress ball. It's attached to your wrist.
Here's what almost nobody combines. Pitch drop plus third-person naming plus fist release, done together in under 10 seconds, interrupts your body's anger response on 3 levels at once: vocal, cognitive, and physical. Next time you feel a fight escalating, drop your voice, silently name what's happening to yourself in third person, and clench-release your fist once. 10 seconds. That's the whole reset. Remember, staying calm isn't about suppressing anger. It's about giving your nervous system an exit ramp before words become weapons you can't take back. The next argument you have, you now know something most people never figure out. Use it. Subscribe if you want more of this.